Every professional photographer loves buying new camera equipment, but recently I've noticed a few trends that I'm finding quite annoying as a professional photographer. So today, let's discuss my top 5 incredibly annoying camera trends that should definitely stay in 2025. And I'm gonna start right now. So first up, many camera brands is over fascination with chucking as much video specs in their cameras as possible, really increasing the value without necessarily helping many photographers. Now, I love video specs. As a video or hybrid shooter that does both photography and video specs are arguably just as important as photography specs. But I know so many photographers that just don't shoot video, and pretty much every single full-frame camera brand out there seems to be chucking as much video specs in their cameras as possible, which, to be honest with you, many people don't even use. Do many people need open gate video, especially 7K recording? To be honest with you, not really. So I wish camera brands would maybe make more photo-centric cameras instead of just focusing on the hybrid market, because I know a lot of photographers out there that would be happier with slightly less video specs if the cameras were cheaper. Now, something else I've noticed that's definitely getting worse on modern mirrorless lenses is their over-reliance on digital lens correction. Now, all lenses need to be corrected in some way to fix distortion, vignetting, and even chromatic aberration in the corners. But lenses seem to be getting worse, not better. Take a look at this photo here. This is shot on the RF 16 to 28mm f2.8. And if we turn corrections off, you can see how bad the distortion is, which means you're really heavily relying on digital lens correction to fix the corners and to basically fix that distortion and vignetting. And I don't remember it being this bad. On older lenses with a similar price point, I don't think you got that bad distortion, and I don't really know why this is happening. So I wish camera brands would actually fix a lot of the distortion and vignetting issues in the lens instead of relying on these digital lens corrections, because they can soften and really degrade the images, especially in the corners. Now, something else that's especially noticeable on modern mirrorless lenses and cameras from pretty much every single camera brand is too much plastic, especially on their really expensive L series and G Master glass. And again, I think this is getting worse with more lenses being made of plastic instead of more premium materials like, for example, aluminium or metal. Take a look at this. This is the RF 15 to 35mm f2.8L, and to be honest with you, all of it, granted it's premium plastic, but it is all plastic, and this lens is around £2,500. Whereas if we compared it to an old EF lens, it would be made more of metal, making it a lot more premium. Grant you they were heavier and larger to carry around, but at least they felt premium and they would last a long time. And the plastic on this seems to scratch really easy as well, and I've seen that on with cameras, lenses, and even accessories. So something I'd like to see less of is plastic. Now, grant you, not all camera brands are as bad as each other. I think Canon is one of the worst, with very cheap plastic sometimes on really expensive lenses. But Sigma, for example, make a lot of their lenses out of metal. Grant you, again, they're heavier and larger, but I prefer the build quality from Sigma sometimes than I do from Canon. Something else that most camera brands suffer from is, well, the lack of accessories these days, especially in 2026. If we have a look at a lot of modern entry-level cameras, most of them come with batteries, but not battery chargers. They might come with a USB in the box, but not a separate battery charger. And that's the same situation with lenses. If you buy an entry-level Canon lens, it doesn't come with a lens pouch or a lens hood. And I think the reason for this is they're trying to save as much money as possible by firstly reducing the size of the boxes, but also reducing how much it costs for them to create all of these battery chargers. Now, of course, you can buy them additionally, separately in another box, but you're gonna have to spend a little bit more money on it, and they're certainly not cheap. And everybody seems to be copying Apple these days. Since Apple removed the Apple charger that you'd get in the box, only supplying the USB-C cable, many brands have followed. And that's something that I wish would die in 2025. And lastly, camera brands want to make their cameras sound like they're better in some way. You need to upgrade because of X, Y, Z. And the most common one you'll find is just simply putting more megapixels in their camera. Now, megapixels are great. You need a certain amount so you can print a certain size. But many people don't need 45, even 60 megapixel cameras. They're just way too much. Now, grant you, it is nice to shoot with, but they certainly will cost you as a photographer. Firstly, being more expensive to buy, but also because of the larger file sizes, you're going to have to spend more on hard drives as well as SD cards. Plus, those cameras are naturally going to shoot slower because of the transfer speed from the camera onto the SD card. Now, there is a nice balance. Most cameras fall between 20 to 30, but that does seem to be getting expanded upon, and some camera brands are really bad at this. I think the Canon R6 was a really good amount of megapixels, 20. Then the R6 Mark II came along, and then it came 24, a 20% increase. And now with the Canon R6 Mark III breaking the 30 megapixel barrier, I just think that's probably a little bit too much for what people actually need, and you're going to need more hard drives because of the larger file sizes. So to make their cameras seem newer, seem like you need to buy the latest thing, they put more megapixels in. And that's a trend I'd love to see completely gone in 2026. What other trends can you think of that should definitely be left in the rearview mirror of 2025? Make sure, guys, to write it down in the comments below. Thank you to all of my YouTube members that are currently supporting the channel. If you guys want to support the channel and get some awesome perks, including free Lightroom presets like the ones that you can see on screen and get to watch videos before they go live, make sure to go ahead to the link in the description. I've been James for Photo Fever, and I'll catch you guys next week.